Hello students, today we will learn the next illustration under taxable pension relating to the pension under section 10 subsection 10a. Now we'll see the illustration number 4. See the question. Mr. Ram is eligible for a monthly pension of rupees 45,000. As per service rule, he can get 40% of his pension commuted. Due to commutation, he will receive a lump sum of rupees 18 lakh calculated on the basis of period of service. Ignore the calculation. After commutation, he will receive 20,000, that is 45,000 into 60% as monthly pension, which will be fully taxable. Compute the taxable amount of commuted pension for the assessment year 2020-21 in the following cases. If Mr. Ram is a government employee, if Mr. Ram is not a government employee, and in that case under non-government employee we have to find if he receives a pension along with the gratuity and if he receives a pension but no gratuity. So here we have to compute the taxable amount of commuted pension. So in this question they have given the monthly pension. So Mr. Ram, after his retirement, he will be eligible for a monthly pension of rupees 45,000. So 45,000 is a pension what he will be receiving after his retirement. So as per the service rule, he can get 40% of his pension commuted. So as per the service rule, out of this 45,000 pension, monthly pension, he will be getting 40% of his pension commuted. Means what it means? So the 100%, total 100% is a pension. In that 40% pension he will be commuting. So 40% is a commuted. It means balance how much? 60% is a uncommuted. 60% is uncommuted. So 100% means how much? That is 45,000. So his total pension is 45,000. In that 40% he will be commuting. So due to commutation, he will receive a lump sum of 18 lakh. So this is the actual pension received. Lump sum of 18 lakh. Calculated on the basis of period of service, and ignore the calculation. That 18 lakh is based on the calculation. It is calculated value. After calculation, he will be receiving lump sum of 18 lakh. So after this commutation of 40%, that means total he received 18 lakh. After commutation, he will receive 27,000. 27th, it is not minus, 27,000. How it comes 27,000? That is 45,000 into 60% is nothing but 27,000 as a monthly pension, which will be fully taxable. So it means, so this is about the information. We have to, with that information we have to compute the pension. Here they asked to compute in case of government employee, non-government employee, like. So once we'll see the format. So uncommuted pension is nothing but the periodical payment of pension. Commuted pension is nothing but the pension what we receive in lump sum. So the pension what he receives periodical means uncommuted pension is fully taxable. So what is the portion of uncommuted pension here? That is 60%. 60% uncommuted is fully taxable. That is directly given in the question. After commutation, he will receive 27,000. After commutation means the balance. Balance uncommuted it is. After commutation, he will receive 27,000 as a monthly pension. So here they have directly given what is the uncommuted pension. If you want, you can calculate uncommuted pension, how to compute. So the total pension is 45,000 into 60% is nothing but uncommuted pension. That is 27,000 is a uncommuted pension. So what is the rule? Uncommuted pension is fully taxable. So here if an employee after his retirement receives a pension, the uncommuted pension, the periodical pension is fully taxable. It is fully taxable even in the hands of government as well as non-government employee. So to all the employees, if they receive periodical pension or a uncommuted pension, then it is fully taxable. So that is what given in the question. After commutation, he will receive 27,000. That is nothing but 45,000 into 60%, 27,000 as a monthly pension. Monthly pension means as a monthly pension, periodical payment as a monthly pension, which will be fully taxable. Which will be fully taxable. Periodical pension, what he receives on a monthly basis, is fully taxable. That is directly given in the question. Now we have to compute the amount of commuted pension. Now we have to compute the amount of commuted pension. What is the amount of commuted pension for this assessment year, and if he is a government employee or if he is a non-government employee. Here we have to compute the value of commuted pension when he is a government employee and non-government employee. If he is a government employee, the commuted pension what he receives is fully exempt. If he is a non-government employee, then we have to apply the condition. That is, if in case of a gratuity received, it is 1/3. If in case of gratuity not received, that is 1/2. That we have to apply here. So understood, right? So here the monthly pension what he receives after commutation, 27,000, is fully taxable. Now we'll see. Here we have to compute the taxable commuted pension, that is as we calculated earlier. So under that, first one is Mr. Ram. Mr. Ram is a government employee. So what is the rule in case of a commuted pension? Here we are going to compute the commuted pension. So in that time, if he is a government employee, what it says, it is fully exempt. So if he is a government employee, the commuted pension what he receives, that is a lump sum amount 18 lakh, is fully exempt in the case of government employee. Then in case of non-government employee, if Ram is not a government employee, means he is a non-government employee, at that time we have to apply the condition. That is, if he receives a gratuity, that is exempt is 1/3 of full value of commuted pension. If he does not receive a gratuity, then the pension, commuted pension taxable exemption is 1/2, half of the full value of commuted pension. So that we have to compute here. So here total monthly pension is given. He can get 40% of pension commuted. So this is a part of his commuted pension. Then due to commutation, he received lump sum 18 lakh. So we want full value of commuted pension, means this is a 40%. Here in this question they have given in the form of percentage. It means what? 40% means 40/100. So while applying the formula, we have to write like 100/40, isn't it? So what we multiply should be divided, what we divided should be multiplied. So if they give 40%, then we have to write 100/40. If they give 60%, then we have to write 100/60. Understood? In the case of if they give 1/2, we have to write 2/1. If they give 3/4, then 4/3. Then we have to write like this. Understood? So if they give in percentage, then we have to convert it. Now we'll see the solution. Yes, we'll see the solution. So compute the taxable commuted pension for the assessment year 2020-21. First case is Mr. Ram is a government employee. See the solution number 4. First case, if Mr. Ram is a government employee, the whole commuted pension, that is 18 lakh, is exempt from tax, isn't it? So what the rule says? Commuted pension in case of government employee is fully exempt. So the commuted pension in case of government employee, what he received commuted pension 18 lakh, is exempt from tax. Next, second case is Mr. Ram is not a government employee. So Mr. Ram is not a government employee, means non-government employee. In that case, we have to find if he receives a pension along with the gratuity. If he receives a pension with the gratuity. So, receiving the pension along with the gratuity, what is the rule? It is 1/3 of full value of commuted pension is exempt under section 10 subsection 10A. So now we'll write the heading computation of taxable commuted pension for the assessment year 2020-21. Here actual commuted pension received how much? Due to commutation he will receive. So 40% of pension he commuted, and due to this commutation he received a lump sum amount 18 lakh. So commuted value is nothing but the value what he received in lump sum. So that is 18 lakh he received in lump sum. So in the 18 lakh he received, but we need full percentage. So that is what, if they give 40%, we have to multiply, means nothing but, it is nothing but the 18 lakh is given, 18 lakh given value is for 40%, right? It is for 40%. After commutation he received 18 lakh, means we require for 100%. 100% how much? So that is nothing but cross multiplication. 18 lakh into 100 divided by 40, right? So that is what we are doing here, 100 by 40. If they give 40%, then it is 100 by 40. So 18 lakh into 100 by 40. So if they give 40% commuted pension, then we have to take 40% is nothing but 40 by 100. So this one we have to take 100 by 40. 18 lakh into 100 by 40 it means it is a full value of commuted pension. Then as per the condition, if he receives a gratuity, it is 1/3. Exemption is 1/3. So 18 lakh into 100 by 40 into 1/3 is nothing but 15 lakh. So 15 lakh he can claim an exemption for the pension received. So 18 lakh is the commuted pension he received. So the exemption is 15 lakh. So the taxable value of commuted pension is 3 lakh. So in case of a government employee, commuted pension taxable is 3 lakh, plus along with that he has to pay tax on this 27,000 pension. So 27,000 monthly means 27,000 into 12, he has to monthly 27,000 amount is a taxable pension. This is a uncommuted pension, 27,000 taxable, plus in this question they asked to find only the commuted pension. So we have to write commuted pension is 3 lakh. If they give total, find out the total value of taxable pension, then 3 lakh plus we have to write uncommuted pension how much? 27,000 into 12. So that we have to add here. That will solve in the next illustration. So here they asked to compute what is the total value of commuted pension. What is the total value of taxable value of commuted pension? So only that we have to calculate. So in case of commuted pension, there is an exemption. So that we have to calculate here. Next is second case, if he receives a pension but no gratuity. So the difference is we have to take half. So that is right heading, if he receives pension but no gratuity, computation of taxable commuted pension for the assessment year 2020-21, particulars and amount column. Under that actual commuted pension received, what is we took for the previous case, same 18 lakh, exempt under section 10 subsection 10A. Here we have to take half in case of no gratuity. Half of full value of commuted pension, that is 1/2 into 18 lakh into 100 by 40, that is 22 lakh 50,000. Actually he received commuted pension 18 lakh, but his exemption is 22 lakh 50,000. He can claim exemption up to 22 lakh 50,000, means the amount what he received commuted pension is exempt. Full value is exempt. So the taxable commuted pension is nil. There is no commuted pension to pay the tax. Understood? So in case of a government employee, it is a commuted pension is fully exempt. Then in case of non-government employee, if he receives a gratuity, then the commuted pension taxable how much? 3 lakh. And if he does not receive a gratuity, then commuted pension taxable is nil. No taxable commuted pension. So understood, right? So here the thing is, what is the actual commuted pension received and the percentage of commuted pension. This one we have to remember. Only this with this information we have to compute the taxable commuted pension. So this one they have given, that is his uncommuted pension. This is the taxable part of uncommuted pension. That is not required for our calculation here, because here they asked only the commuted pension. See the next illustration, illustration number 5. Illustration number 5, see the question. Mr. Raja is getting a salary of rupees 5,000 per month since 1st Jan 2018. From January 2018, 1st Jan 2018, he is receiving a salary of 5,400 per month. And dearness allowance rupees 3,500 per month, 50% of which is a part of retirement benefit. He retires on 30th November 2019 after 30 years 11 months of service. His pension is fixed at rupees 3,800 per month. On 1st February 2020, he gets 3/4 of the pension commuted, that is at rupees 1,59,000. Compute taxable amount of gratuity and pension for the assessment year 2020-21 in the following cases: if he receives a pension along with gratuity, and if he receives a pension but no gratuity. So here in this question, along with the pension, they asked to compute the taxable gratuity, but there is no complete information, that is the gratuity received is missing here. So write one sentence here. He retires 30th November 2019 after 30 years and 11 months of service, and he receives, write one sentence here, and he receives rupees 4 lakh gratuity from his employer. He receives rupees 4 lakh gratuity, actual gratuity. So that is a sentence missing here. So with this information, we have to compute the taxable amount of gratuity first. But there is no clear information about which case, whether covered under Gratuity Act or not covered under Gratuity Act. Mr. Raja, whether covered under Gratuity Act or not covered under Gratuity Act. But you can assume any case if they have given a clear information. We'll see the question. Mr. Raja is getting a salary of 5,400 per month since 1st Jan 2018. So from the January 2018, he is receiving a basic salary 5,400 per month. It means that till the retirement date, he is receiving 5,400 per month. There is no increment information is given in this question. So it means in his last drawn salary, that is in the month of retirement, is nothing but 5,400. Then his dearness allowance is rupees 3,500 per month. So DA is given 3,500 per month. That is also same. He is receiving the DA since 1st Jan 2018, same value. 50% of which is a part of retirement benefit. He retires on 30th November 2019. So here you can compute any cases. If you are computing the gratuity, assuming he is covered under Gratuity Act, then the rule is we have to take last drawn salary. Last drawn salary. So here last drawn salary basic given 5,400 and 3,500 DA is given. So total 5,400 plus 3,500, total 8,900 you can take as a last drawn salary for computing gratuity in the case of employees covered under Gratuity Act. Even you can take average salary. You can compute the average salary here. You can compute the gratuity assuming he is not covered under Gratuity Act. Even you calculate under that method also. Here the information is we require in the case of employees, if you are assuming the employee not covered under Gratuity Act, then we have to take the average salary. Average salary is nothing but the salary for, we have to take total salary for 10 months. So for that we require basic and DA if it consider for retirement benefit. So only that information is given. There is no commission or DP. So 5,400 per month is given, means 5,400 into 10 is a basic salary. Then dearness allowance is 3,500 per month is given. We require only the part of retirement benefit, that is 50%. So that is nothing but 3,500 into 50%, how much? 1,750. 1,750 into 10 month. So we will get DA. So the total basic plus DA is nothing but total salary for 10 months. If you divide, you will get if you divide it by 10, then you will get the average salary. With that average salary information, you can compute the taxable amount of gratuity. So we can follow any one method. There is no clear info. You can follow any one method, but here I will follow the first method, that is assuming he is covered under Gratuity Act. So that method we have to any method you can solve. Then after that calculation, gratuity calculation, we'll see about the pension. So for the pension, before that, for gratuity calculation, he retires on 30th November. After 30 years 11 months service, means he is a completed year of service. If we are assuming he is covered under Gratuity Act, it is 31 year. If we are assuming he is not covered under Gratuity Act, means it is 30 year. Then his pension is fixed at rupees 3,800 per month. If his pension is fixed at rupees 3,800 per month, so that is a pension after his retirement, he will be receiving 3,800 per month. On 1st February 2020, he gets 3/4 of his pension commuted. 1,50,000 is his commuted pension. So the fraction 3/4 means we have to take 4/3 to find the full value of commuted pension. So the commuted pension received is 1,59,000. So here we have to compute the taxable amount of gratuity and pension for the following cases. If he receives a pension along with gratuity, if he receives pension but no gratuity. So we'll compute the solution. Firstly, we'll have to compute the taxable gratuity. See the solution number 4. Computation of taxable gratuity assuming he is covered under Gratuity Act. So what is the condition here? We have to give exemption. There are 3 criteria. First one is actual gratuity received, and second one is 15/26 assuming he is covered under Gratuity Act. 15/26 into last round salary, or you can write last round salary into 15/26 into completed year of service, and statutory limit 20 lakh. So this is the formula. With the help of this, we have to compute the taxable gratuity. So what is the actual gratuity received? That is, I given 4 lakh amount as a gratuity received. So write actual gratuity received 4 lakh. Exemption under section 10 subsection 10. Here we have to take least of the following in these 3 criteria. So first criteria is actual gratuity received, that is 4 lakh. Then 15/26 into last drawn salary into completed year of service. So salary here means basic plus DA, last drawn salary. So basic 5,400, DA 3,500. Full amount we have to take in case of employee covered under Gratuity Act. 8,900 is the last drawn salary. Completed year of service is 31 year. So if you compute, the least value is 1,59,173. So that is nothing but the exemption. The balance is the taxable gratuity. So that is 2,40,827. So now we'll compute the amount of taxable commuted pension. So right here, make it correction 1. Compute the taxable amount of gratuity and the commuted pension. So here we'll compute only the commuted pension for the assessment year 2020-21. So now write the heading. Computation of taxable commuted pension for the assessment year 2021 if he receives a pension with the gratuity. So here we have to take 1/3. That is the difference. So actual commuted pension received how much? After commutation, on February 2020 he commutes 3/4 of pension commuted, and he receives 1,59,000 as a commuted pension. So 1,59,000 is a commuted pension exempt under section 10 subsection 10A. One third of full commuted value of pension. 1 by 3 into 1,59,000. So commuted how much? 3 by 4. So to make it full value, so we have to write 4 by 3. We have to write 4 by 3. So the answer will be 70,667. So the balance value is the taxable value of commuted value of pension. Next, if he does not receive the gratuity and receives a pension, in that case, what is the taxable commuted pension? So, actual commuted pension received is same 1,59,000. Exempt under section 10 subsection 10A, we have to take half 1 by 2 of full commuted value of pension. So, this is same 1,59,000 into 4 by 3. So, half we have to take, that is nothing but 1,06,000. So, balance 53,000 is a taxable commuted value of pension.